Hello everyone, and welcome to Farming Sim 19. We are getting ready to kick off the game, and we're going to try to have some fun tonight. Just finishing up a couple of things real quick, and we will get started. So bear with me for one more minute. Alright, here we go. We are now loading in. We're at 50%. Alright, so here we go. So yesterday, we left off at the end of the night, ultimately coming back into the game, not going into the game, but finishing off that first day on the farm. We did a little exploring around the neighborhood, and then we finished the evening by coming back to the farmhouse and going to sleep, and it is now 6:20 a.m. the next morning. So, with that said, just want to make sure you guys can see everything, so I'm moving things around on the screen just a little bit. Excellent. Alright, so sorry about that. So honestly, just getting things set up for you to make sure that you guys have the best experience. Yeah, so here we are. We seem to be good to go. Alright, so ultimately, officially, welcome to the stream. It is now 6:30. We're going to get our butts out the door, given that the sun is up, or sun is coming up. We got stuff to do. So we are running 9-day cycles, 9-day seasons, which means that we are on day 2 of spring. So we're still in early spring. We bought some chickens. Hello, chickens. Hopefully that didn't blind you. And, uh-oh. Why is Avery upset? She's upset she didn't get to come see the baby. She's upset because you're not farming with me. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. Oh. Alright. So we're kind of looking at, what do we got going on here? We got some chickens. We've got some chickens who have laid 8 liters of eggs. They're fairly healthy chickens. They'll get healthier as we go. Right now they're doing fine. The cleanliness is good. All is good. So here's the thing. around the corner. We'll figure out how to turn around. We got this cow barn over here in the distance. And that's not my fault. I tried to get everybody to play. We can put some cows in here. It's a cool little pasture area with a barn. Honestly, I would kind of thought there'd be lights in here. That's the fence. Yeah, that's alright. No barn, no lights in here. Yeah, no, Avery, I tried to get everybody to play. I even offered to buy your dad the game so he could play. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So I'll just play by myself. So there's no lights in here. I could have figured that out based on the fact that there's no lights in the ceiling, but you just never know. So let's go and close this up. And this is why I walked around the entire barn. I was convinced there was no lights in here. Yet, the light switch is on the outside of the building. That's alright. That's all part of the fun of learning a whole new map. So that we can show you guys what's up. So it's now 6:45. I am thinking, which is always a little dangerous, I am thinking maybe we could get some cows. So, one of the things that happened while I was away overnight is the fact that I watched a Mr. Sealy P video. Don't even laugh your ass off at me. I was watching a Mr. Sealy P video. I do that because he does a review of all the mods that come out, which I find to be quite helpful so that I don't have to try to keep track of all the mods. And one of the mods that came out that he mentioned and that I saw, which I thought was pretty neat, was under cars. Now, as you know, I've had these 4 cars for quite some time. Those are the 4 that I've really had on the game. And then there is a Mustang, a Road Rage. If we were being realistic, we would actually call that like a crowd killer. But just released today or yesterday, maybe, can't remember when it was released. They put in a flatbed truck that has the ability to gooseneck or run a semi-trailer mount. And so I don't know how many trailers there are that you can run. Maybe where the trailers be? Maybe under fifth wheel. Low loaders. Yep, there it is. So there is a fifth wheel here. And so that's a fifth wheel. There's also animal transport. There are a couple of transport wagons, but these 2 would be, you'd have to use those with like the truck dolly, the tractor trailer. And there should have been one more. So that makes me wonder. Is it on the animals page? And it's not. Perhaps It's fine if this happened. Perhaps I did not include it in the game, because originally when we started this game, no lie, I started this map because I have a follower who may unfollow me at this point, I don't know, Floats. And Floats is in Australia, and we are worlds apart in terms of time, and so I don't... The other thing is, the PC version, you can actually rent a server that is up all the time, and it costs a little bit of money a month. No big deal, really, in terms of that. But the PlayStation version, the console version, doesn't have that. So you can't rent a server, which ultimately means you get two options. A is I could leave the PlayStation running with an instance at all times. If I had just money to blow on replacing a PlayStation after I burned it out, sure, why not? What's the worst that could happen? I burn up a PlayStation and buy a new one? But I don't. Which means the only other time we could play together is if we're both on at the same time. And that's where the time constraints come in, because I can't be up till 2, 3 a.m. every night when I go back to work. And he can't be on earlier because he's in Australia, so he's many hours behind. Our schedules don't line up. So at this point, I am sad to say that this is not going to be a cooperative thing. However, that having been said, what I am going to do is I'm going to run this as more of a tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a lot of stuff. I'm going to try to farm some fields. I'm going to try to make a successful farm. I want you guys to come along to see kind of how things work, so that when I make mistakes, which I inevitably will, you guys don't make the same mistakes, right? And so I've got a couple of thoughts and a couple of things happening here. So one of the things that I ran into yesterday was seed bags. Okay, and that is ultimately large bags of seed that I need to haul around. And so one of the things I was thinking about, and it's not that big a deal because we got some pig food here that's kind of fun, an oat bag for horses. You got wheat on a large scale, and this is where things get interesting. And this was what I was using for my chickens. But there's a download that is chicken food. And it's 100 and 400 liters, whereas this wheat bag is 1,000 liters. So I'm hoping my guy can pick up this 100-liter bag. And I don't know what 100 liters of chicken feed weighs, but I'm hoping he can pick it up. That's just my hope, okay? If not, we're gonna have to find a creative way, because I cannot keep can't trailer a tractor back and forth, a tractor or a forklift. I don't really want to buy two forklifts or two tractors, one to leave at the place and one to come back home. And there's not really another option. And so I'm hoping this chicken food bag covers that. The other thing I downloaded, and this is on the game, I already saw it. So originally, this thing is used to make total mixed ration. And what that is a mixture of silage, hay, and straw in a mixture that you feed to cows. And it makes them the most productive, whether it's milk or whether it's growing. TMR, total mixed ration, is the food that cows prefer. Okay, and so with that said, this one holds 11,000 liters. This one holds 16,000 liters, and that's fine, except for should you get into anything remotely resembling a large number of cows, you have to fill that thing basically daily. Okay, and so we can get back to these two things, and this is ultimately a machine that takes straw bales and uses them to cover the ground of the pen. I've also seen and read some stuff that says straw is a must for the absolute best performance of your cows, whether it's milk or beef in this case. Now, I don't know how much straw you're really going to use, so any one of these is probably fine. If not, we'll look for a mod, right? But These connect to the front of a tractor or a loader or whatever. This is a trailer pull one, so you can put one bell in there. These also take a bell. It looks like each one of these is one bell, I would imagine. That looks like one bell. Ooh, you might could get two bells in there. I'm not sure. We'd have to look at it. And I don't know. That one costs $700 more. I don't know if that means because you can add another bell. I don't know. This is one bell. But this trailer also does TMR on a much larger scale. So as you can see, this one actually contains, or you can load 45,000 liters of TMR in this thing. Okay, so that is a huge amount of money. Well, it's a huge amount of money, $141,000, but it's also a huge amount of TMR that you can put together. So ultimately, I would need to buy maybe 2 of silage hay and straw, 3 of silage hay and straw. They come in bells of 4,000, right? So if I bought 4, that's 4 times 4 is 16, 16 and 3. It's a little more than this will hold. So I can buy 3 of each, but there's a mixture ratio, so we'll just have to figure it out. We'll investigate that. But it's a lot faster than buying this one at 16,000 liters and trying to mix it multiple times. But it'll depend at the same time on how many cows I have. That thing is half price. Actually, it's about a quarter of the price. So we'll just have to see how that works out. Now, right now, I've got $83,000, and that's going to be a problem for no matter what I want to do, quite honestly. And so what I thought I might do, though, is take this pickup truck back to the dealership, and I'm going to take a loss on it a little bit. I thought I'd drive it back, sell it, and maybe pick up this truck. So I think in the grand scheme of things, this truck is going to be more useful. I think. That's my hope anyway. So yeah, there you go. What does this change? Let's make it, okay. Okay. Yep. So I guess I could go black with Onyx. Onyx. Don't know. So you'll correct me, I'm sure. Or I could go blue on blue. That's a lot of blue. It doesn't really make sense because the flatbed's probably made of metal. That would be my guess anyway. So that's probably the design I'd go with if we were going to buy this truck, which I think we will. So probably don't want to start that in the garage with the door shut. Go ahead and open that up. Excuse me, dog. So I guess before we go running off to the store to spend money, now that I'm thinking about it, so that might be a project for next year when I have a little more money than I do now. So 31 is the field we have right now. And at current, it is bare. It's germinated, it's fertilized, needs plowing, but let's take a good look here. So it's wheat. It has not started growing, although it is 33% fertilized, and I want to say the ground soil is 69%, and Man, I'll have to look up the readings there. But this field's doing just fine. What I might do though is go grab. I don't still own that trailer, do I? I do. That is all well and good, except for I really don't need it. I cannot remember. I think you actually get more money if you take it all the way back to the place, which shouldn't surprise anybody. So what I'll do is I'll go grab that. But I'm going to get my worker started first on fertilizing that field. So I'm going to go grab my tractor and the fertilizing machine. Alright, so there you go. That's unhooked. Go ahead and hook this up to a machine that it was made to connect with. Then I'll let y'all know if the front end gets light, because if it does, I'll have to get a weight. Let's just see what happens. So far, so good. Guess I can go ahead and open this thing. Because once I get, there's a damn tree in my way. There we go. Once we get out here, we just get this thing started. It's got a huge spread on it. Boom. And while he's doing that, let's go ahead and take this back to the shop. And away we go. I'm sure there's a speed limit on this road, but it is not posted. So, better luck next time. Alright, so let's get down to business. I ain't got no time to play around. What is this? Just kidding. Foot down. I know, passing in the no passing zone. me see if that is the sell point. It is not. Okay, that's alright. If it's not, I know where it is. So, if I go this route, I'm going to show y'all why I did it this way. If I go this route, that trailer is worth $11,900. Sell it for $11,900. Anybody know what I bought it for? No? Let's find out. Is this it? Nope. Miscellaneous? Yep. Bought it for $15,000. So, $4,000 loss. Now, that said, if I sell it right here, it's worth $14,392. So instead of a $4,000 loss, it's like a $600 loss. Okay, now, that's fair. I did use it, so it should be. I should lose some of it, but not nearly as much of it. And in fact, it does make me wonder what I'd get for this truck if I sold it here. Just pure curiosity. Get 44 for it. What'd I buy it for? Great question. Glad y'all asked. I bought it for probably something close to 50, 55, 47, 48. I guess ultimately I could find out. Pretty sure it's going to be the same cost, no matter which direction I go there. So I bought it for $46,100. Okay, so I could sell it for $44,100. $2,000. $2,000 loss on that. I think I'm going to keep it for now, and I recognize that's going to subject it to further loss, but I think I am going to keep it for now. I almost, excuse me, I almost bought the dolly. The dolly, the dually. Parts and service. So the price doesn't go down because you came to the shop, because ultimately you still buy it from the shop. The price goes up because they don't have to come get it, I suppose. It's the best way I can explain that. Okay, so when we get done, we are plowing this field. Now, I'm wondering, and this would be a game changer, a couple of things. Firstly, I'm wondering how you attach these bad boys to like a truck. This is a snowplow, for those of you wondering. I'm not real sure you can, based on just looking at this thing. Likewise, this is a salt spreader. I'm not sure how you connect that to a truck. But I have no idea what that does. I didn't even know I owned it. Oops. Okay. Well, good stuff on all there. But I'm wondering, could I potentially connect this to the truck sitting out front? I could lease it. If I lease it and it doesn't work, it would save me several $100. Well, $100 probably. Well, no, it really wouldn't. So I'm going to go ahead and buy it. If it doesn't work, I'll sell it here by pushing it around the building. And color's my truck. I can guarantee that color is the gold hopper. So let's paint this thing gold hopper. Oh, you can't. So there's a Challenger and JCB. What color are these guys? Orange, a weird orange. So the most obvious color then is Fiat, or what I would call black. Okay, we're just going to buy it, see what happens. Again, game changer if this works. Because it would mean I could connect damn near anything to the front of this truck. But would you look at that? It does not. Well, it does, it doesn't, and it does. Okay, it doesn't. Now, with that said, I will sort of be able to drag it over to the sell point. It's kind of like consistently drifting. Which is kind of funny. No big deal. Again, I was just checking it out because if it had worked, it would have been something amazing. It has literally lost no value, which means I can sell it for what I bought it for. There was no loss. None. So that's some exciting stuff. I'm excited about that. I didn't want to lose money, but I needed to test it. Alright, so what does that mean? It means a couple of things. Number one, I feel like it has to mean there's no way to connect it to the front of a truck. And I don't know, I guess I'm gonna Google that. I'm gonna Google it live right now. So Doesn't really answer my question. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to test that at some point in the future, but I don't have time to test that right now. I don't think. I don't know, let me think about that for a second. Where were those? Okay, if I can't connect the front lifter to it, stands to reason I cannot connect this 3-point connection plow to it. Stands to reason, which means I'm not going to buy it. I'm just going to take my rear end back to my farm, and get on with my day. Alright, now I've got myself thinking. What does the front of the big truck look like? Okay, let's... Doesn't look like you'd be able to connect it there. No more so than what you can do on the current truck. I don't think so. I mean, I'm laughing because it's a small, tiny harvester, but gosh dang it, only costs 84 grand. I do like New Hollands. It's 5 grand a day. Well, sorta. Sorta 5 grand a day. TX32. What kind of header can you put on TX32? A TX32 header. It's 4 meters wide. So that would set me back 1,600. Free flow 2,500. 25 foot. And what would you put that on? An Activia something or other. It's a Muff Active 7347. $200,000. So really it would cost me about 12 grand to run. That would be 7.6 meters wide. This is the one I usually try to buy. But as you can see, on a new farm, it is simply not cost effective. $21,000 to lease this thing. 23 to lease this one. No, thank you. I don't have that kind of cash laying around. Some chickens. We got some chickens. Maybe laying some eggs for us. So we can get the hell up out of here. I guess I'm going to be spending some time on Farming Sim. Almost ought to set up the driving simulator and run this on there. It'd be hella fun. That little exit right there is hella hard on cars. Oh yeah, give you a little pet. Maybe get you a little foodage. Yeah, go ahead and eat you some food, dog. Let's go on and get out of here. Well, considering I'm just working around this farm, I guess I could leave this over here. No real reason not to, I guess, but go ahead and put this back. I've made an executive decision. Okay, so here's my plan. Given that the only other thing I got going on right now is chickens, there's quite literally no reason for me to wait around if it's going to be 3 days before this is done. So, let's move this thing. Let's go to the next stage, y'all. you right now, this is going to be a big field. I can tell you. I can already tell you that. 43? Where's 43? Not only is it a big field, it is a weirdly shaped field. You want to go make $16,000? I want to go make some money. 14. I'm going to make 12 grand. That was dumb. Yep. Go ahead and cancel it. Okay, so we will not be doing that. What does 55 look like? 55 is pretty damn straightforward. Alright, so. Oh man, but we're only going to make $100. It hardly seems worth it. There's filled 29. $29's a weird shape. They're gonna pay what? 4,600 minus 7, so 3,900. Yeah, no, it's just really not worth it right now. And that's my fault. I screwed that up because I should have rented the equipment. Forgot you couldn't do that after you click the go button. So let's see what other missions pop up here. Pretty sure I own a farm, so that's kind of interesting. Fact to do, so I don't know what they're transporting, but it's my farm, guys. The biggest number out there right now is 4 grand. It's cultivating. There's 4,600. Oh, that was just there. I don't know why. So the biggest one was 3,800. What time is it? 2 o'clock, going on 2? Okay, cool. This might be a tomorrow mission. I don't know. I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? While we're waiting, let's see how our chickens are doing. We got 12 liters of eggs. That's worth about $7. I don't know. We've got 20 of them. Maybe we should buy some more of them. Filled 23. That's got to be about 6 inches wide, right? It's not far off. That field makes my field look small. That's hard to do. So Hollister stores to the BGA. So I'm gonna leave this out here. That's the fastest way back to the house. Just still wondering. Here's the chickens. How y'all doing? Y'all doing alright? I hear you. Here's my piddly little box of eggs. That's alright. Ain't no thing. it's 20. 1 times 5 is 100. Some bull stuff with some rounding. No big deal. Nope, no. Don't you let those chickens out. Okay. People eat 3,500 pounds of food a year. Liters, I'm sorry, liters. Not real concerned about that. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's slow this bad boy down. Back to real time. We will go to the house. Wait, where does this go? Y'all, I just found out I had a basement. Oh my word. I got a movie theater in my house. I had absolutely no damn idea. Secret room win. Oh yeah. It's kind of a trick, honestly. That's why I don't close my bedroom door. Alright, so it is 8:30. We sleep for 10 hours. That would make it 6:30. Here we go. Cock-a-doodle-doo, y'all. Awesome. I'm glad it's synchronizing after the fast forward. Oh, I guess it has to do that for the seasons piece. So today is the last day of early spring. Day 3. That actually does make me wonder if 9-day seasons is a good idea. The reason I think that is because I can't harvest wheat until day 7 of summer. That's when I can begin harvesting. Hmm. Are you telling me that I can make a third pass, fertilize it all, and then be done? Because if so, that would be phenomenal. Oh, that's actually the one I wanted. Hello, chickens. Good day to you all. Where are we at with the chickens? What we got going on? 28 liters of eggs? Okay, all of these chickens. 40 chickens in total. How are we doing? We're doing alright. definitely have some questions about the logistics of that. There's a gate here. This is just an open door. How would cows not escape? This door doesn't close. Um, I know it seems like that should be common sense, but just walk the pasture, the fence line here. Because it really doesn't seem to make any sense. Basically, that tool just said, that's not your land, so off. The tree's as tall as it's going to get. Okay, so my biggest issue comes down to there's an opening. This is a door that cows could exit through. You can't make this up. That is a door that cows can exit through, and there's no. There's no way to close it off. I assume that's where manure goes. There's a slurry tank, slurry store. Hi, Dark Moon 4512. How are you this evening? So honestly, I am running a solo player map, kind of doing a tutorial, running around. And because it's PS4, the logistics of playing multiplayer are just not. I mean, well, and that's a whole different kind of problem. So we've got all sorts of mods loaded, just to make it easier. Some of the things that the base game really should come with. So, not at this moment, no. At some point in the future, maybe, but honestly, PlayStation doesn't make that real easy. It's not PlayStation's Farming Simulator. It doesn't make that real easy. Because there's no dedicated server, and I have no intention of leaving my PlayStation on 24/7. So, but we are playing Lone Oak, in case you're wondering. We are at the Lone Oak farm. And we are running our first build. This is really this will be day 3. Which reminds me, I was actually going to check for missions. I appreciate the interest, though, in playing. I genuinely do. It's just that at this moment, it doesn't make any sense because it's on console. Yeah, so 4 looks fairly straightforward. What am I doing? I'm sowing the field with oat. Alright, so let's get this all connected. This is one tiny area. So I will need some seeds if I'm going to be doing oat, or hell, anything. Whew. Alright, thought I wasn't going to be able to reach that. Aha! Now, this seems like an awfully large setup. Can't even remember where I'm going, to be honest with you. We're going to field 4. So, we'll hang a left. Actually, I'm gonna hang a right. Actually, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I better make that decision fast, huh? How are you? Hopefully everything's going well. Well, so I was just having this discussion. Seriously, do not hit my tractor. I have been looking at this and been thinking about it, and I just don't think logistically it makes sense to join on a PlayStation. Here's my thoughts on that. So I've been thinking about this. Don't think I just decided not to. Um, Ultimately, every time I log on, I have to create an instance, and should I create an instance every time I log on, that will be the only time we could play together. So what do I mean by that? And what I mean is, because there are no dedicated servers, you and I would have to be on at the same time always to play together. Otherwise, the only time you'd be able to play is when I'm on. That didn't work out, did it? No. And because of that, I don't know. I really don't think it makes any sense. Try to set up a dual farm, or more than that. And I was excited about that too. Don't get me wrong. I thought that was going to be a cool deal. But the PlayStation, the Xbox, they just simply don't have the ability to do that effectively. Because on a PC, you could rent a server. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, at this time, I'm gonna have to decline. And again, that was not, I apologize. I thought it would be fun, but it's just an awful lot of work, and there's no real logistical way to do it. If we were on every night at the same time, that'd be a little different, but hopefully you understand. What I've decided to do instead is turn this into kind of a tutorial video on how the game works. So, yeah, and I get that this time is good. This has been, 3 weeks of my off schedule. I don't normally have, so right now you're getting on. Generally speaking, about right now, I'm getting off. The only reason I've been playing as late as I have been is because I'm actually off for the next week. So I took 3 weeks off from work after having a baby. And that's the only reason I've been on this late. So generally speaking, right now I'd be getting off. So like tonight we'd have played for, maybe half an hour. And then the minute I turn the game off or shut off the PlayStation, your farm would go away. So I don't think that really makes much sense. And again, I apologize. I thought it would be interesting. But I also thought that it was playable, and we wouldn't both have to be on the same time every time. So, but that's why I told you I'd do the research and see what was what. Okay, so this worker literally just. That's my fault. Should have been paying attention. And now that I have the other guy put away, I will pay attention this time. I guess it's not a field up there, which makes sense. But why you would think planting up there is a good plan. Whew. Here's what I want to do. I'm just going to go make a U-turn this direction. See how this works out. Alright. Oh, went too far. I have to pull up the trailer again. And it's not like it's that big a deal. I mean, truthfully, like, who cares? I'm making money driving this tractor around the field. Somebody else's field at that. So I didn't have to buy this field. Indeed, thank you for doing that, checking out the stream. If you're hanging out with us tonight, thank you indeed. We are just running a mission. Helper C has completed their task. Pretty sure the only helper I'm using is this guy. And I wasn't using him to complete the task just then, so... So we are just running a mission real quick for this nice lady, Karen Diaz. Diaz, is it? So we're running a mission for Karen Diaz. She needs her field planted with oat. So that's what we are doing here. We're going to have a little section here that's not covered. That's alright, I guess. So yeah, that's where we are at right now. I don't think she's going to care. She might, but I doubt it. So we're going to run down to the end here. Now, that wouldn't work on my field. I'd be mad. So he's going to flip a U-turn. He's going to do what he's supposed to do. Alright. Good. I'm glad to see that. $43 and $26. So while we're looking at this, $43 and $26. $26. Weird farm. $43. It might not be too terrible to do. Those are also paying some pretty good money. Much better than what we're getting here. Corn and sugar beets. Neither of which I can do with my current equipment. Corn and sugar beet. So essentially I have to do 2% more on this one. So it's going to make the U-turn. I'm going to run this until I run out of oat. There we go. Because, I mean, it's not like I'm going to send this back. Whatever I don't use is just going to be wasted, returned. So let's run this down and back, or just down really. I don't need it back. Contract is finished, which at this point means once I run out of seed, I can stop. What's nice for this Karen lady is I might actually run out of seed when I get back, so that would be a double bonus. I could finish, but she'd get a full field of crops. Okay, well, it didn't work out that way, but that's alright. So I just spent $3,500 on seeds and made 9,700. Okay. So where to next? What are we doing? I think 43 looked easier. It's a little smaller, but it pays about the same. Let's borrow some items. Oh, what does she need planted? She wants sugar beets. Well, this is a much smaller setup. There's probably a better way to get out of here, but that's alright. So, we're just running some missions for some folks. We are doing a um, season gameplay, and because of that, might hit that car. Sure did. Because of that, each day really is its own cycle. You could fast forward through this, but I kind of need. I mean, I'm looking for income, and so making 10 grand here and there, pretty good way to do it. So let's run on down to 43. I might want to verify that's where I'm actually supposed to be heading. 43 it is. We're going to go down the road a little ways and be on our right. So let's get this going. And technically, the farm to my right is 43. It is. So that just happened, and I want the taco stand owner to understand I didn't do that. Seriously, traffic. Seriously. That guy's actually really inconveniently placed. That's gonna be good. He doesn't know it yet, but his stuff's about to get relocated. Are you joking? That did not work at all how I had planned it. Oh, no, you don't. Open up. Go ahead and get ready. Okay, so you can't move the taco stand, I just found out. But you can move the furniture, which was super inconvenient. Not that you can move it, but that it's in my way. So here's what we're going to do. New plan, guys. New plan. Looks like the old plan, but it's not. It's a new plan. New plan, guys. We're going to sugar beet this build right now. Woo, the speed. Throwing down some sugar beets. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I trust workers about as far as I can throw them. If this guy drives this tractor into this pond, I'm going to be a little peeved, to say the least. Great job. But I'm not going to trust you. Because if you dump this tractor into that pond, you know what's kind of dumb? I own a tractor. I don't know that my trailer, I don't know that my, I don't know if I could seed sugar beet. No, I could not have, so I almost lied, deal. So correct decision was made here to rent the sugar beet equipment. Because I really didn't want to have to buy another one at this particular time in my life. So let's run down. We're going to do this. We're going to be here a minute, so if I could trust this guy to do this build, that'd be totally different. But I can't, so I won't. Like, what's he gonna do here? He's gonna stop. He's gonna get mad at this guy. Don't get me wrong, I'm mad at him too. Because he's just in the way with his tacos. Now, in fairness, if I could purchase the tacos, if I could stop in and be like, hey Pedro, what's up? That'd be a little different. I'd be okay with this interruption to my work. But as it turns out, you can't buy the tacos here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a huge letdown. So if you came to this farm, or this map, hoping to be able to buy tacos, you are going to be sorely, sorely mistaken. Perfect. Alright. I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, I know what it's reserved for. Shut up and go. Don't know what that guy's doing, but I'm sure the people behind him are going to be mad. Maybe not. I don't know. They all seem to have some sort of issue. They all seem to have the same issue. Okay. So, may not look like the most intelligent route. But there is a method to my madness. So I'm trying to get the outside done so that this tractor can just run straight lines back and forth. Which may be easier said than done on such a oddly shaped map. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see how this goes. So where are we at? 10%. Huzzah! Huzzah! Well, I used 5 liters of sugar beets there, so will that bother y'all? Generally speaking, it would bother me, but I'm going to ignore it this time. Alright, so here we go. Next pass. And actually, when I get down here, I'm gonna. That doesn't make any sense. Y'all can't see it. But on this field, what I'm gonna do is I am going to plow this section to get it around, like right there, around the curve, so that the guy can just go back and forth like you would anticipate. Because he's going to stop here in just a second, and I'm going to have to take over. Or he's not going to stop, and we're going to go in the pond. No! What is this guy doing? I'll be honest with you, I just half expected to go under. Y'all saw it here first, folks. We just took a skinny dip. A little bit of down and back action. Alright, I've had enough of this nonsense. Let's do one more row so that this guy can just make a U-turn in the field and be good. And honestly, if he starts doing this correctly, I may just let him run. Okay, so here we go. What's he gonna do with it? It's already taken us 19 hours to get, I don't know, 15% of this farm farmed, planted. Okay, 20%, whatever. We've been at this for 200 days already. Okay. We are moving right along. Doing our thing. What else? Let's see. Okay. This guy's kind of doing his thing. I'm good with that. Just running some down and back. We're now down to $93,000. We are at 23%. So yeah, we gotta get this done. I'm making a U-turn. Get it all squared away. Okay, how are we looking here? That is a wide turn right there, my friends. A wide turn indeed. This next run will be interesting. Pretty nice looking little tractor, honestly. A lot of gadgets. Now, will it continue in a straight line and finish off this area? It's a question we're all dying to know the answer to. Good deal. So for this next section, I'm just going to run it. This I'm going to do it sideways at an angle. Alright, let's get this thing plowed. Let's do more than 1% at a time. But a large field, to be honest with you. I'm working on it. It's just a big farm, but I'm working on it. Getting it done. Get her done. $33 liters of chicken eggs. Alright, doing great. Take forever. Take money off those guys. 100 liters of chicken eggs. Worth $200 right now. So, nothing really to write home about. Everything's fine. It's all fine. You can make a U-turn out of here. Ain't no problem. Okay, mow it straight across. Don't turn, don't do any of that nonsense. Just go straight across. I got a plan. You know what they say about plans. Made by mice and men. This is one hell of a bumpy field. We're gonna get it plowed. Plowed and planted, actually, as it were. Hello, Caleb Z. How's everything going tonight on this beautiful Friday? Yeah, I hear that. How long is school out for you guys? Okay, not too bad. The schools here, well, the schools specifically where I live, the ISD I'm in, or that my kids are in, they are currently closed for a week. So they're closed this upcoming week, and that'll be reevaluated um, next week to determine if that's enough. So they don't get quite as long, although there are some school districts here that are closed until like the 30th of March. So we'll just see. Which, if I'm honest, feels a bit excessive because that's about 20 days, 15 days. But it is what it is. Better safe than sorry. Oh, no. Okay, that kind of sucks. So the kids here are just out of school. There is no online work. I will be interested to see how school districts that adopt that do. Because that comes with its own challenges, namely the underprivileged and how they would access the material. But yeah, coronavirus. It's shutting it all sorts of down. Everybody's freaking out about it. Wow. Okay. It's overhyped. It's been hyped up. The media's blown it up. Dumb, dumb, dumb. But with that said, I mean, it is what it is. So if people need to take those safety precautions, that's, you know, there you go. I just feel bad for parents that don't have other sources of daycare or child care, who are now having to try to figure out how to deal with that and go to work. But you know, it is what it is. Makes sense. Alright, which direction are you going, sir? Assuming you're just going to make a U-turn and go back. That'd be the wise thing to do. While you're doing that, let's check how much we've got accomplished on this field. It's not a bunch, I can tell you that. Yeah, we're only at 50%. So we got a little while. Yeah. I mean, every school's different. I would imagine that schools that have more local are canceling. Schools that have a greater presence of out of state, out of city students probably have to do some online only stuff, keep kids at campus. But I don't know. I'm glad I'm not in charge of all that. I just have to handle 400 employees. So, no big deal. And we've got some policies and procedures in place, and now it's kind of a waiting game. We're sitting around hanging out, making sure that all hell doesn't break loose. So Caleb, if you're still there, you guys are doing online work, but are you doing online classes? Are the teachers teaching by like webcast, or is it like self-paced? Also, Myson. Emma was talking to Ashley up in Portland, and she was saying that there's a school district maybe in Washington that is off until May 1st because of this. So that's like 6 weeks from now. So I was like, I mean, how do you make that up? Okay, online work. Gotcha. That'll be interesting. Not everybody is good about self-pace. That's the only reason I ask. I guess ultimately it's like homework, though. Hey, Corey. Thank you for the host. I appreciate that. And online classes. Huh, that'll be interesting. You'll have to let me know how that goes. I would like to know, because we've got some school districts doing it here. I guess ultimately there's not much difference. Hey, Corey, how are you? I guess there's not much difference from teaching in front of a class to teaching in front of a camera to your class students. The only difference would be, making sure that all the kids are on the same page. But it's interesting times we're living in here. Interesting times. So Corey, I appreciate the host. I do. It's what makes the stream successful. It's people coming by and checking it out. If you enjoy the content, make sure to hit that follow button as well. And if you've got a channel, let me know. We are just running Lone Oaks right now. We are doing some side missions. I've got all my work on my farm completed right now. But it felt like it was a huge waste of opportunity not to go ahead and do a couple side missions, pick up a couple of extra dollars. Because we've just started this. This is our third day on this farm. And we are running a plethora of new stuff. That's why we started an entirely new farm. So this is the first map I've done seasons on. And so we're getting kind of used to that. It's a new farm itself, so I've never played this map before, so that's been different. And we are only making money through legitimate sources. We aren't doing any money type packs. I guess the only way we would spend money would be, or kind of take in extra money would be with a loan. And I'm not big on loans. Really, I'm not big on interest. It's not loans, it's interest that I'm not interested in. One thing I did see today was that President Trump has pitched the idea of halting student loan interest on federal loans until the end of the year. And I thought that was kind of crazy. Because ultimately that would mean the federal government wouldn't be making interest on all the loans that are outstanding. So that's kind of crazy. But so if you're hanging out with us, whether you're subscribed, if you're following, however you're hanging out with us, just want to say thank you. I appreciate it. Probably momentarily, my bot will kick in and say thank you and let you know that if you are enjoying the stream, go ahead and hit that follow button. We are doing some farming simulator, and we are kind of doing more of a tutorial than true gameplay. I mean, ultimately we're doing both. So I'm kind of talking through exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing in the early stages of this game. Just in case there's somebody out there that's new to the game, it's Farming Simulator 19, as hopefully you know from the stream information sheet. And we're just running a farm right now. We're actually doing a mission for a nice lady named Karen. And it's not because... oh, no, I'm sorry. We're doing it for Rebecca. Karen was the last mission I did. Rebecca has a big field. She's a single lady. Her workers, kids got coronavirus. And she couldn't do all this without them. And so ultimately, good, upstanding citizen I am on this map, I was like, cool, if you've got a whole bunch of money hanging out sitting around to pay somebody to do this, I'm your guy. I'll do this farm for you. I will seed it. So here we are. With that said, the reason I'm out here doing this and not on my own farm is because my farm, 31, which is the only one I currently own. I'm looking at 30 to buy, but right now I only own 31. It's ready to rock. I'm gonna wait. I mean, it's ready to grow. And once it's grown, it'll be good to go. I'll just harvest it. So I thought maybe I would make some money over the course of the next couple of days, because as you can see, kind of my time schedule, we're on the third day. Today's day 3 of early spring. Now we are running 9-day cycles per season, so spring is going to be 9 days. Summer is also going to be 9 days, obviously, and I cannot harvest wheat, which ultimately is what I've got planted there, until the 7th day of the summer cycle. Now this is our first foray into this, and I am hoping it goes well, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be in trouble financially. So, to kind of help offset some of that, I'm doing some side missions, which I typically don't do. As an added bonus, there's a trophy for 50 and 100 missions. So, kind of trophy hunting at the same time for PSN. Now, we are playing on the PS4. This is not the PC version, and it has so much less activity and so many less mods, so much less to do. So, but we're playing, we're having fun, we're hanging out, talking about coronavirus and schools getting canceled and online coursework and good stuff. So if any of that appeals to you, hang out with us. If gameplay of Farming Simulator 19 appeals to you, hang out with us. If you just like to hang out with us, hang out with us. Also make sure to check out the other Parents Playing Games channels. So we've got a little clan, a group, if you will, called Parents Playing Games. AveDevPay, who's been in chat, in and out of chat. AveDevPay, check him out. Primarily streams Fortnite, takes most Wednesdays and Sundays off from streaming. I'm sure he will double check that for me. Wednesdays and Sundays are kind of his days off. And then Wes, who is Dragon_Food, is one of the other streamers. He's also on Twitch. I think currently he is streaming Diablo. You can find him on Twitch. We also do a lot of other streams together, so we play some Neverwinter. We play Division 2. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, the group gets together to play Fortnite. So if you're interested in watching parents get annihilated in Fortnite, catch us on Tuesday and Thursday. So we're just kind of finishing up this section. And then that little section up there, I'm going to have to kind of get to as well. I've got a plan for it to kind of simplify it. Because currently, I mean, we've seeded, the bottom portion of 43 and then this whole section. But we're only at 71%. So we've got one more stretch, I think. I'm hoping that's only one more section. If that's 2 strips, I'm going to be a little frustrated. Because each strip is not cheap. Here we go. Center this bad boy up. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Looks like he's pretty much in the center. Boom. It is just wide enough to get this strip. At least here. Let's see what happens as we progress. So we are headed up the hill. I'm just hoping that it didn't get too wide up here for this guy to split it. Looks like we might be good though. So as soon as he gets this taken care of, I'm going to kind of square off the top section of 43. And then I will let him run back and forth there as well. And then we'll be done. At least with this section of the farming. I am hoping, truthfully, that when we're done with this, Mason still needs us to plow his field, or sow his field with corn. 26, let's take a look at that field. I'm hoping it's not some craziness that... So ultimately, I guess I would go straight across here, get this all taken care of. Zigzag back and forth till we get here. Even bigger zigzag. That's actually not a bad looking field, and it's worth 17. So my worker's probably like, now what do I do, boss? I'm gonna show you, guy or girl. Here's my plan. I'm going to square off this section, and then I will just come back and get that little bitty section that I'm not getting right now. Actually, might need to move just there. Go ahead and run him up. Oh, yeah, I went actually a little too far to the right, but I'd rather be on the field, a little off the field to the right than not completely to the right. And even though this isn't my field, and this lady's not going to care if I miss 0.1%, it still frustrates me, bothers me. So, let's get this done. So in theory, he'll just make a U-turn. You know what? In theory, he will just make a U-turn, but I'm not going to let him. I've just decided we're not going to run that direction. I really don't think there was a right answer to this. I mean, I'm sure in theory there's a way that this works out to be the shortest and simplest route, but let's see what's over the hill. We're going to crest the hill, and once we get over the hill, we will see how things are going. So there is a tree line at the edge of the hill. Alright, let's see if we've got enough room. I can actually kind of already tell you I'm not going to have enough room to make a U-turn here. So, we're going to get to the edge. Oh, are we? Yes, we are. Take control back from this guy. We're going to do something a little strange. I'm going to square off this side of the field as well. And then we can just process a down and back kind of deal. Well, lengthwise anyway. So, just go to the end of the field this way. Make it kind of a rectangle. As you can see. And then we will just run back and forth within this rectangle. So I'm sure everybody saw the invite to the Fortnite lobby. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to be probably at least another 30 minutes before I'm done with this. Also, I thought you weren't getting on tonight. Hey, while you are in the chat though, I was trying to explain your days. Are you off Wednesdays and Sundays? Well, not off, but are those the nights you typically take off? Well, Wednesdays and I was thinking it was Sundays. I could be absolutely incorrect, but I was thinking it was Wednesdays and Sundays. Saturdays, Wednesdays and Saturdays. So there you have it. If you're interested in checking out the Fortnite streams of Myson, AveDevPay, the only nights he's really not streaming those are going to be Wednesdays and Saturdays, and that's probably not even an entirely true statement. You might still catch him on. So make sure to go out there and hit that follow button. And check it out. So we've just about finished up this section. I'm going to turn the controls back over to a worker to let him finish up. Doing what he's supposed to be doing. Alright. Came in a little wide there. Ah, gotcha. I mean, it is midnight, I guess. Alright, get it done, worker man. Helper guy. So we're at 83% of this build being complete. So one of the things I wish we had, which is not going to happen, I don't imagine, on the PlayStation 4 version, on the console version, is the ability to have the workers drive around the field, like in a clockwise or a counterclockwise motion. Because this ultimately this back and forth nonsense is kind of time consuming. So like he's going to back up, he's going to turn left, and then he's going to make a U-turn to the right. When he could have just cut a right and kept going. Or he could have cut a 270-degree left turn and come back, you know. So there are a couple ways you could skin that cat. But yeah, so we are just running. We are running and gunning here. So we are on Farming Simulator 19, running the Lone Oak map. Just trying to do a mission here on field 43. We are just sowing the field with some sugar beet. Sugar beet's not something I would ever plant, but if they want to plant it, more the merrier. It's not my field. But they also get to harvest it and deal with those challenges. So what's interesting is it is 2:30 in the afternoon. So when we get finished with this, it'll really be too late to start on the other field that we'd intended to do. Because before I get done with that, the sun will be down. So, yeah, that's kind of what we're dealing with here. All right, let's do some running. Hurry it up. Let's go. 6 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour. That's not fast enough. I should have gotten that Lamborghini tractor when I saw it earlier. Surely it's faster than 8. just kidding. That 9 miles an hour is governed by the trailer, not the tractor. So, tractor's actually decently fast at 39 miles an hour. 90% done. Come on, 17,000. Well, it'll be like 15, I think, because we rented the equipment. So this looks like kind of a terrible cost analysis. Looks like I've lost some money. But at the end of this, I'll make 15 grand. Now, not all of the negative 10,000 is from, and in fact, I would say right now we're even on the day, because at $10,000 in fertilizer costs is actually my own on my own field. And with that said, oh, hell no. And that's what happens right there when you're not paying attention. I've got an extra cost built in there, and I've cost myself money. This next strip is going to look like the strips I do, and it's going to be gray. Watch this. Yep. And that's because this guy has been fertilizing this field as he drove on it. Because I didn't turn off the auto buy fertilizer. And yes, I meant to have auto buy seed on. The only reason I've turned it off is because at the end of this farm, at the end of this seeding, I'm going to return the tractor. And when I do that, the seed's going to go with it. I'm not dumping the seed. So I need to get rid of 563 liters of seed. And that, my friends, will make it less expensive to run back and forth. It kind of pisses me off, if I'm honest. Margins were already tight. And these are the things you learn. So you can learn it from me, or you can learn it at your own expense. So just remember, if you are using a worker and you aren't required to fertilize the field in a mission, you need to turn auto buy off. You're at 95%. $4.85. How much do we use in one strip? It's a great question, but we're going to find out. And it is 73 degrees outside right now. Looks like tomorrow's high is about 83. '93-degree day on Tuesday. So we used about 75 liters on that pass. It's not too bad. I don't know that I'm going to be able to use all. I'll probably use it all. By the time I'm done, I'll have probably used it all. Hopefully. Now the pond is going to come into play. Alright. Back down across the field we go. Contract on field 43 finished. Now, truthfully, because of the way this worked out, I'm going to go ahead and finish this. I'm not going to pay a worker to do it. Because I'm not going to get that seed back, there's no reason at all for me to not finish it. It's not my machine, it's not my maintenance, it's not my trailer. If it was, this would be a different story. But it's not. So might as well get it done. Alright, so last strip here. Last strip I'm doing anyway. Done. So just at 15. It's filled 28 looked like. It's not too bad, but he's only paying 9 for it? Paying 9 for it. It's 14 acres. No. Oh, I figured it was going to let me do that. He's got a big cedar. Field 28. That was it. 30. I don't think that I am going to do that. My fill took me 3 days with my cedar. I just don't think so. On the 3rd day of winter is when I should be selling my wheat. What is my plan? Wheat. Wheat fallow. Canola fallow. Ooh. Soybeans is a crop you put in your silo and hold on to till early spring. question becomes, what does it look like? I could run a soybeans wheat canola. Oh, nice. Get them. Get them. Do I need more chickens? Is that my next move? There's 40 of y'all? You don't look like 40. Let me go take a look. How do I know this is a box of eggs? It's a great question. Sure, whatever. I don't know why I keep doing that. So now I should have 60, if my math serves me correctly. Okay, so 60 of those bad boys. Right, 5,300 liters of feed a year. Not too worried about that. You playing solos? Or are you playing duos? See that you're not streaming though. Or it doesn't look like it anyway. Okay. Very nice. Do I own that? Yes, technically I do. Okay. Nice. Let me know when it's been edited and put up. Grass and hay, water and cleanliness. Got some sheeps. If I'm not mistaken. I already tell you that I am. No, I'm not. Sheeps or. Yep, I was mistaken. So that's a horse. These are pigs. Oh, no, sheep. Let's go visit it. Let's check it out. Okay. The merino and the Dorper look the same. Oh, those two look the same. The Dorset and the merino. The Dorset, merino, and Dorper. Sometimes you just get beat by better players. I mean, that's all there is to it. So I don't feel too bad about it. Okay, so I know we kind of talked about this earlier. I've still got concerns about the layout of this whole situation. There's one section that I think the cows can get out of, and I have literally no idea where to put water at this place. But they need water, they need straw, and cleanliness. I don't know where to do water. I mean, I know what it seems like. Seems like water. Go here, but it also, I mean, it should be food. No place for water or food in here. These are confusing times. Confusing times. We'll check out this little barn area over here where the cows can escape. Nope. cows swim? Pretty sure they can. It doesn't matter because that fence goes down to the pond. If a snake up here will be mad. I'd like to know how to get up in the hayloft. I'd like to see that. Okay, as far as I can tell, I can't figure out how you would put water in there. So that's problematic. I don't know. I don't know, folks. I don't know. Guess I'll have to Google that. Alright, guys. Well, it is officially 5 o'clock in game and 12:30 in real life. IRL. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pet the dog. We're going to feed him. Can't believe I left my door open all day. Now we are going to fast forward to night. Make sure nothing crazy happens on my field there, but we're going to fast forward. Imagine that job is going to go away. Should go away anyway. But there will be other jobs tomorrow that we can tackle. Would be my guess. Been wrong before. That would be my guess. Must be an auto light. It's my kind of light. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Guess we're gonna find out. And what I would guess is 5 minutes. Alright, so here we are in the bedroom. It's coming up rather quickly. Okay. Tomorrow, mid-spring, guys. We made it. The game is synchronizing after the fast forward. So let's take a look at this new day, and then I am going to call it a night. Just want to say thank you to all of y'all that hung out and are supporting the stream. It is appreciated. Can't do this without y'all. Well, I could, but it wouldn't be nearly as fun. Let me put it that way. So thank y'all. So yesterday, we made $4,000 in total. After contracts income, fertilizer costs for our property, and unfortunately some other properties, because we're idiots. I'm an idiot, not y'all. I am an idiot. Oh, filled 49. Oh, hell. That's an easy field. What am I doing? Fertilizing? If I do that in my own, I could actually get that done fairly quickly. Okay, guys, tomorrow we're going to fertilize this dude's farm and make $18,000. Just have to see if that works out. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on fertilizer and see, because I will forget. I'll leave fertilizer off. We'll just see how that goes. Alright, so that's going to do it for me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and save my game. And with that, we are going to get out of here. For those of you that are in stream, I appreciate it. Hope you've had a good night. Hope you've enjoyed, learned something about the farm. If so, leave that comment in the chat about what you've learned or what you'd like to see. That's the other thing you can do, is leave me a comment about what you'd like to see us do, and we will check that out. Beyond that, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Do not feel obligated, but I am going to run a 30-second ad. If you would, feel free to click on that. If you're a subscriber, you're not going to see that ad, so keep that in mind. If you sub, you won't see the ad. But I'm going to go ahead and run that ad, and then I'm going to get out of here. So until tomorrow, it is Rick and SX signing off. Myson, good night to you as well. Hopefully everybody has a good night.